Welcome to HVAC TruePrep AI Tutor, the hands-free way to stay sharp anytime, anywhere. Let's now explore some critical design and performance considerations for refrigerant piping systems. These include how pressure drops affect the system, how to design different line types, like liquid, suction, and discharge lines, and how to approach multi-unit installations. First, pressure drop considerations. While pressure drop is generally less critical in liquid lines compared to suction and discharge lines, it still needs attention. If the pressure drop becomes excessive, it can cause gas formation within the liquid line or reduce the liquid pressure at the feed device. To prevent these problems, pressure drop due to friction should be limited to a 1 to 2 degree change in saturation temperature. Keep in mind, friction pressure drops occur not just in pipes, but also in fittings and accessories such as solenoid valves, strainers, and hand valves. For suction lines, the consequences are more serious. Friction pressure drops here can reduce system capacity, forcing the compressor to work harder. To maintain efficiency, suction line pressure drops should also be limited to a 1 to 2 degree change in saturation temperature. About liquid refrigerant lines. Designing liquid lines is generally less problematic, but certain design rules must be followed to avoid pressure loss and uneven refrigerant flow. Lines and accessories must be large enough to minimize pressure loss. When multiple condensing units are used, their liquid lines should connect to a common line located at least 2 feet below the receivers. This common line should rise to the ceiling to prevent hot gas blowback. Pressure drops across all lines must be balanced to ensure even refrigerant distribution. Filters should be removed from individual condensing units and installed in parallel at the ceiling level. Liquid subcoolers can help reduce the risk of hot gas blowback. When using evaporative condenser receivers, these should be interconnected above the liquid level to equalize pressure. A common liquid line must have a total cross-sectional area equal to that of the individual lines combined. Also, install shutoff valves at each receiver. If line sizing must be reduced to maintain gas velocity or entrain oil, the horizontal and downward runs should be oversized to better control pressure drops. Next, interconnection of suction lines. For suction lines, especially in multi-unit configurations, pipes must be large enough to avoid excessive pressure drops at full load. All suction lines must lead to a common compressor manifold. The pressure drop across all lines should be equal, ensuring balanced refrigerant flow and oil return. Pipe lengths and sizes should be uniform, and manifolds should be level with staggered inlets and outlets. Branch lines should not connect at T's or crosses. A common manifold should have an area equal to the total of the individual lines. Suction lines should prevent liquid refrigerant from draining into compressors when the system is off. Fourth, discharge lines. The hot gas discharge line plays 2 key roles. It prevents condensed gas from draining into compressor heads during shutdown. It also stops oil from migrating into idle compressors. To optimize discharge line performance, minimize pressure loss to reduce compressor workload and maintain system efficiency. Select pipe sizes that balance oil carrying velocity without excessive friction. Limit riser height to 6 feet when leading to a horizontal manifold. Ensure the manifold matches the size of the hot gas line to the evaporative condenser. For water-cooled condensers, match the hot gas manifold to the largest compressor discharge line. For evaporative condensers, use a single shared gas line with manifolds at both ends. Install piping in a staggered configuration at the condensers. If condensers are located above the compressors, include a 3-foot deep loop in the main line. Lastly, each compressor's hot gas line should have its own shutoff valve. Fifth, water valves. In water-cooled condensers, water-regulating valves control water flow. Follow these installation guidelines. Use a common water line for interconnected compressor condensers. Install 1 or more automatic water valves in parallel. The pressure-controlled tubing must connect to a common line tied to the receiver or liquid line. Last, multiple unit installation. When compressors are installed in parallel, special piping practices are essential to ensure uniform operation. Suction piping must maintain equal suction pressure across all compressors. A common suction header promotes even oil return. Position the header above compressor inlets to enable gravity-assisted oil return. Branch suction lines should connect from the side of the header, preventing oil traps. Avoid crossing return mains with suction lines. Keep suction headers full size along their entire length, without reductions until the vertical drop. Horizontal takeoffs to compressors should match the suction header in size. Proper arrangement of suction and hot gas headers helps prevent liquid refrigerant from accumulating in idle compressors. Download HVAC TruePrep AI Tutor for more free lessons and practice tests. Now that you've learned the key concepts, let's check your understanding with a few review questions. Question: what is the primary concern regarding pressure drop in liquid lines? A. To maintain a high pressure level in the liquid line. B. To prevent gas formation in the liquid line. C. To achieve maximum liquid pressure at the liquid feed device. D. To increase the pressure drop as much as possible. The correct answer is to prevent gas formation in the liquid line. Explanation: the main concern with pressure drop in liquid lines is that excessive pressure loss can lead to gas formation, which disrupts liquid flow. It can also result in inadequate pressure at the liquid feed device, causing performance issues. Keeping pressure drop within recommended limits ensures the system functions properly. Question: how should the suction lines be designed in multiple unit installations? A. Each suction line should have different pipe lengths. B. All suction lines should be brought into a common manifold at the compressor. C. Branch lines should be connected at a cross or T. D. Manifolds should be staggered at different levels. The correct answer is all suction lines should be brought into a common manifold at the compressor. Explanation: in multiple unit installations, bringing all suction lines into a common manifold at the compressor helps ensure balanced refrigerant flow and even oil return. This design improves system efficiency and prevents uneven loading or oil trap issues that could occur with unbalanced or poorly connected lines. Question: what is the reason for staggering and installing piping at condensers? A. To reduce the overall pressure in the system. B. To increase the refrigerant flow rate. C. To prevent accumulating liquid refrigerant in idle compressors. D. To promote oil drainage from the compressors. The correct answer is to prevent accumulating liquid refrigerant in idle compressors. Explanation: staggering and properly installing piping at condensers is important to prevent liquid refrigerant from sloping or draining into idle compressors. This protects the system from damage during shutdowns and ensures safe and balanced refrigerant flow. Smash your test goals with AI. Search HVAC TruePrep AI Tutor on App Store or Google Play and level up today. Or, if you want a more convenient option, simply click the link in the description below to download the app. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on the latest tutorials and updates about TruePrep AI. Thank you for watching.